Oh, this your boy Moolah. This we got that podcast. We back with another one. Let's get dead into it. Let's go.
shit and still struggle and go and build his life back. Women don't have that same drive.
Okay.
That is why.
Focusing on what I was trying to say before, right? Where it's like, okay, they went through all that financial stress. So the men who are able to succeed at getting custody, right, have to have like a shit ton of money, right? We're saying
But
like
this is
they're
the
going
thing.
above and
Can
beyond.
I just say something? So as a lawyer, I understand how this works. Now, when you're saying when he has all this money, he can get custody, that is not necessarily the case. Because at the end of the day, no, I know about this, and we see this. It doesn't matter how much money he has, because the family courts are against men. They say that they are for the best interests of the children are paramount. With the mother. It doesn't matter how much money you have decided, and it's written in law that the children should be with the mother. It doesn't matter how much money you have half the time. It's not even about that.
So would you
Money,
would you get really wealthy guys then who are still trying to go through this process and they're still
I get messages from them all the time.
100%.
All the
time.
It's not about how much money you have.
Can't you guys see?
Al Pacino has a lot of money, but he doesn't have custody of his kid.
It's not about money.
It's not about
No,
money.
okay, but you guys don't understand, or maybe I'm not communicating clearly. Like, you're literally saying like, hey, it's not about the money. There's people who even have a lot of money who fail.
Yeah.
But the point is, for the people who succeed, which we agree is a slim amount, right? They already have to have like an abundance of resources to fight for so long to win. So obviously those people
or they just got a crackhead mom pregnant.
Yeah. But the point is, if these men are going above and beyond.
No, I'm serious. A lot of the reasons they get custody is because of crackhead mothers.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
but the point is, if you're going to say like, oh, like, you know, like these single men or single parent households are doing better than the single women households, it's because the men who are single parent households to begin with.
How would we
Can I
look?
finish my sentence,
How would you go on for a while? You don't really get to the point.
Okay, I'm about to get to the point.
Go ahead.
The point is that these single parent households to begin with are already giving a bunch of money, are going above and beyond in their children's lives. So you're self-selecting for like the best dads to begin with when it comes to this statistic.
How do you know that?
Because we literally just went over how difficult it is.
No, but I gave you another alternative. I said, or he got a crackhead mom pregnant.
Well, you guys are even agreeing that
I'm saying you're arguing so strongly for something you don't seem to have a lot of experience in, and I wonder like why you're arguing so strong. Okay,
Why?
so question.
Why? What's your point, woman?
How do we know who's a better parent, who raises kids better by themselves?
Well, that's
stats and facts. That's how you know.
That's what I'm saying.
No, so how do we come to that conclusion?
Well, according to you guys were citing a study.
Okay, well, personally, I would say anecdotally, but you like studies. You like studies, right? So I'm asking you.
Yeah, I would look at studies. And data.
Okay. So if the data is saying one thing, that fathers have far better outcomes, single fathers have far better outcomes than single mothers. Okay.
Correct. This is what the data's saying, people. These are stats and facts.
Okay. That criminals come from single mother homes, that people with mental disorders tend to come from single mother homes. Kids that drop out of school come from single mother homes. All of the big problems in society. Okay. The homeless tend to come from single mother homes. Why is it that you only believe studies that suit you?
What do you mean? I'm not saying I only believe studies that suit me.
Because when it comes to a conclusion you don't like, and so I say, hey, let's believe the studies that single fathers are better than single mothers when it comes to raising kids in every metric. And when we look at the outcomes of the people in prison, they're from single mother homes. When we look at the outcomes, even like the homeless shelter down the street, I've been there. I've talked to the guy, asked him what is the main reason for this. He's like single mothers with multiple baby fathers. That's what he tells me. Okay, so anecdotally and studies, they're both telling me the same thing. You only believe the studies that benefit you.
No, I'm literally explaining like why the results of that data might be the way they are. That's not disbelieving the study.
No, but this is what the liberals do is they'll say, well, it's because this, and then still find a way to defend the women. right? And then find a way to like make it fit their narrative.
How did I? What is
well,
it?
because you said, oh, it's because they have money.
Well,
that's
I'm
why.
saying
And you
that's
didn't
why.
agree that men and women should then get 50% custody, because surely
Yeah.
the solution to hearing all of that data would be, okay, well, the conclusion to that should be that the law should be changed.
Yeah,
and you still said that women should be the primary caregivers.
No, I'm saying that what should change is that men should have the opportunity to caregive for their child, so that they're not
the law
punished.
should change.
Yeah, the law should change in favor of giving men, like, hey, they should be able to take time off work, get paternal leave, be able to spend time with their children.
But that's not custody.
Yeah, that's a different law. That's basically labor law.
So, but we're
See, you arguing, you don't even know what the fuck you arguing about. We talking about custody. Like, who gets the custody? Not arrangements of you get the kids on the weekend and you get them during the week. Custody. Who gets the full custody at the court? The man or the woman? But they say in the stats that the man is the best parent in a single parent household. Crazy.
specifically talking about a set of data that affects custody law.
Yeah, and I'm saying that if that labor law changes, then it'll be easier for men to argue that they're also a primary caregiver.
But this is the point that Pearl's making. Liberals tend to have this habit of going outside of the area that we're referring to try and fix the problem, instead of saying, maybe if I look at the information in front of me and find a way to create a solution, a conclusion with this set of information in front of me, that will obviously cause a direct solution because it's come from the data available in front of you. What you're doing is you're looking at the information here and going, well, we'll try something from over here and see if it works.
Well, because it's saying like, oh no, men should automatically have 50 custody when they're not actually taking care of their child 50% of the time.
But see, there's
how the fuck the stats? How do they get the stats? They got the fucking stats, yo. If they got the stats and it's over the women, what are you talking about, yo? Jeez.
You're going to end up having with neglected children.
But you're speculating.
No, I'm not speculating. The whole idea of the giving custody to the primary caregiver is.
So, what do you think would happen if if it was 50%? Let's just say a hypothetical scenario. I mean, you're speculating. We want to talk in fairyland. Let's go there. So, let's say that men and women get custody 50% of the time, right? A man gets custody. What do you think he's going to do?
Well, I think I think what's going to end up happening is that if we don't have the proper labor laws to give them that space, their children are going to end up getting neglected because the guy is still out there working. I'm not saying,
how's it any different on the
right? What? Oh wow, yo, she on one. What's the difference? What the mama gonna be doing? Cause she got to go work and pay the bills too. So what's the difference?
Mom's side.
What do you mean? On the
where does the working
mum?
mum?
You said that mums still have to work anyway. You said mums still have to do labor in the house and out of the house.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
Well, the difference is that, like, according to the data we have, moms do both.
So you want to use data? Wow. Yeah, this is a lost one, y'all.
The men have a harder time acclimating to that because we don't raise them to be, proper caregivers.
What?
But if that was the case, how is it that children from single father homes do better than children from single mother homes?
Thank you.
Boom! There we go. Answer that. I want to hear this, y'all. Let's see what she said.
As I said, there's already a selection bias in place.
Why, if women are such great caregivers, why are they the most likely one to kill their own child?
Yeah. I mean,
like literally 90.
That's a good one. That's a good one, bro.
If it's a parent that kills the kid, 90% of the time, it's the mother. And let's take wait. So let's see. Do you see you did it again? Who's a better parent? Who's more likely to kill the kid? That's a bad thing, right? We'd agree. That's bad. We want the kids alive. Well, okay, let's look at the moms and look at the dads. Okay, it's the moms. Not good. Well, there has to be a reason. And then she makes up some reason.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. Is it not true that women are more likely to have the child?
So that's not a reason to kill your child.
What the fuck? We saying the court system is fucked up. That's why the women is having a child, and that's why you got the fucked up stats on single mother homes with the results compared to single daddies. This is what you get.
No, seriously. Like
Okay.
the mental gymnastics you do around
We
simple.
haven't-
No, seriously. You did this about Africa. Now you're doing. I can't believe you were actually supporting women killing their children just because
When
you
did
don't.
I say
You
that?
literally just did it
She
now.
I literally did
say
not
that. She
say
didn't
that.
say
No,
that.
see,
She didn't say
it's
that.
not what you said.
No, don't twist it. She didn't say that.
No.
Relax.
Okay.
Because she made the argument that the reason why women are more likely
'Cause they
to
have
kill
it
their kids
more.
because they have it more.
So is that-
just because you have the kids more? means
Yeah.
that
Also, doesn't that then
you-
support
you
that men and
kill
women
the
should
kids?
have 50% custody? Because
Yeah.
if your whole point is that more, well, we just acknowledge that women kill children more than men, right? Okay.
Because they have
and
them
you're
more.
saying that's because they have them more. So surely that's the reason why they should have them less. And
Thank you. Let the daddies take over. Calm your cuckoo ass down.
the laws should be changed so that men have just as much custody as women.
Let me hear
I'm
this.
saying if it's 50-50, you're probably going to see similar rates of men killing their children.
So let's see. So let's make it.
Wow. Yo, this one right here, yo. Y'all just need to leave her alone, bro. Ain't no saving this one.
Probably going to.
So-
we just don't know.
Yeah, like
But because we don't know and because we're probably going to, let's just keep it with the women.
let's
Well,
just
no,
let's just
I'm
let women
literally-
kill their kids 100% of the time now.
What I'm arguing
can't
for
save
is
this one.
literally to give men the ability to be able to primary caregive for their child without getting punished.
I get what you're advocating for. I'm just saying I don't think that's the way to solve a problem, is to take outside issues and make that solution to a
No,
problem that's
but
in
the
front.
reality is
I
you
think
can't-
when
you
we
can't-
see
you
it-
can't even get what she's arguing, because the reality is when women are the primary caregivers in divorce and they are giving custody, what you're saying doesn't make sense by saying that the men, when they have the kids, they won't be able to make time for their kids because the woman still now on her own has to provide for the kids. So she's still going to neglect the kids.
Well, the problem.
So that point is mute. It doesn't make
It's
any
not
sense at all.
mute.
It is.
We live in a society where we train women from a young age to do both.
No,
To
we don't.
basic-
No, we don't. Modern women
Okay,
are not
now,
trained.
wait. But you just agreed earlier that women are messy and don't know how to cook. So
they know
what-
how to cook and clean more than men do.
What?
Oh man, this one right here, yo, she needs some therapy.
What? No, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. You see
that.
some of you girls with your dirty jaws that you leave around with your dirty thumbs. How dare you? How dare you? You girls up. Nah, seriously.
Let me say
No,
something
I
respectfully.
accept that. I accept that. My cookie is shit, man.
No, I can
completely-
cook.
She's right.
Nah.
She's right.
Now, but you see what is it? I think one of the things is this, right? Back to what we're saying. If we're obviously, rather than making it like a just anecdotal, like if we're going by the reviews, so to speak, there's a certain element of you just accepting that currently this is what the review's indicating. It's not about even necessarily you arguing against the review or giving a reason why the reviews might, be projecting these stats. It's just about, okay, right, is that what the review says? Okay, fair enough. And obviously, let's all look at the review and educate ourselves in it, because the risk is like making this generalized statement in defense of obviously the point you're trying to make. It doesn't make you make the point easier. You get it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to put a context for what these statements might mean, because if we take a statement without any context whatsoever, you can come up with a million different.
But these are reviews. These are reviews conducted.
All costs.
These are reviews.
But didn't you
Reviews
just
are
make a
conducted by
statement that
professionals.
is purely speculation when you said that if we give 50% custody, we will see an increase in
men?
men?
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
said possibly, right? And that's why I'm trying to advocate for things that I know historically have worked. I know that countries in Finland, Sweden, Denmark, they have instituted policies where men have parental leave, where they're able to take care of their children, and that leads to a higher quality life for all. So that's why I'm advocating for what I'm advocating for.
But you don't mean
because
it. You don't mean it in a custodial sense, though, and that's what I'm struggling to. Okay, if you really believe what you're saying, that's what you're advocating for. Why do you have a counter argument against men having custody of the kids?
Oh no, I think I think nobody should have automatic custody. So I don't think the woman
Finland
should have
has a higher divorce rate than here. Thank you.
Okay, well, let me go back. But to my understanding, they have a higher quality of life. I'm not sure by what you mean by here. Do you mean the U.S. or U.K. or what?
Both.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Okay,
61%,
check it out.
45% U.S., UK.
Regardless, right? We know that people
I don't
there,
think it is regardless.
You can't say regardless. She just gave you a fact. You can't do
they
that.
have a higher quality of life.
No, but
See that? She keeps smacking facts in the face and saying, get that shit out the way. But this is how it's going to go. Okay.
thing is, yeah. No,
Are you telling? Okay, does Finland have a higher quality of life than the United States and then UK?
I've never been. I don't
Search
speak
it up right now. Search
no,
it
no,
right
but
now.
this is the difference between me and you. I'm not going to search about the quality of life in Finland
I'll
of a place
search it.
I've never been to. But see, you go. This is what the nerds do. They go on their phone and they think they know something about a country, but you're not going to know until you've been there.
Okay,
And
so
I'll tell
if I go
you this. I grew up with nannies from around the world. Okay. So I grew up with a nanny from Russia, a nanny from South Africa. My dad hired people from India. So I grew up like super from people around the world. And they would always come to America and they would say, you Americans think you know everything because you see us in the media, you see it, like you Google stuff and you think you know what it's like to be from there. And my point is you can't really know until you talk to the people that are from the place and actually go. So
do you want to take a trip with me to Finland?
That'd be amazing.
Do you want to take a trip with us to Africa?
No, I think
no, literally.
I think that would be very tiring for me.
It's cold.
If you want to take a trip, I don't know. I'll schedule a trip to Finland. I honestly, and I'll schedule a separate one, and then we can come back with our anecdotal evidence.
No, you should really schedule a trip to Nigeria. That's where you should go.
Yeah, sure.
I'm being real with you.
Yeah.
You should literally go to Nigeria. Literally go to Nigeria and go to some of these places and boil some water and go to the springs, go to camp.
Yeah.
Listen, because only by doing that will you get a level of education. It's going to open you up more. It's going to, I'm trying to say to you, it's not going to do nothing to hurt you. But literally, if you really believe in what you believe in, come to Africa. Because I promise you this: if you come to Africa, you might not even want to come back here. That's the truth of the matter.
Well, some of the richest people in London are from Nigeria, aren't they?
There you go.
But why are we getting lost in the weeds in this whole argument? I mean, isn't it clear that what happens when couples split up or what happens after divorce needs serious review? I mean, isn't that the bottom line of this? Because, I'm listening to all this stuff you guys are saying. I've also got another anecdotal evidence. My very good friend of mine is currently going through something very, very similar to this. You know, he got arrested. He's, having no access to his kid. There's all this shit going on. His ex taken away and stuff like that. And it's like that. I mean, it does seem that there's enough of these anecdotal examples out there to say, at the very least, surely the whole system needs to at least be examined. Yeah. And then what comes from that? Well, I guess we'll see, right? But it does seem like I think you said it actually. Like default custody for the woman should no longer be the case. I think absolutely. Yeah. Going into the weeds about this stuff, I think.
Right. So, okay. We're going to leave this one right here because she just chatting just to be chatting, yo. She's saying the woman shouldn't have full custody, but then you say the man got the better stats on having the children, but the man shouldn't have full custody. Then it's 50-50, but then that's fucked up. Oh, man. She's out here, yo.
I think we're getting derailed from the point a little bit somehow.
Yeah, I guess my main point I was trying to make is that I don't think it should automatically go to the woman. I think it should go to the primary caregiver. I think men should have the ability and opportunity to be able to do that without getting punished.
I actually have a question. I'm gonna use a dog in this example. Mm-hmm. Okay, so me and you, we're besties. We get a dog, right? Now, if I pay for the dog, doesn't it make sense that I have authority? I get to keep the dog if I pay for everything, even if you watch the dog while I'm at work?
Well, like what you said before, money isn't everything, right?
No, I'm asking. So,
well, yeah.
Do you think you should take the dog and I should pay you to take the dog?
No, I think.
And I know babies are different, but I'm using a different. Yeah. Just to prove a point. But go ahead.
Yeah, the problem is like, to make the analogy closer to our current reality, you have like me who's working, also paying part for the dog, and then also taking care of the dog, while another person is just working, right? So that's when it becomes a lot more complicated.
Why do you think women work?
I think women work because our current economic situation does not make it possible for a lot of women to be single moms.
Okay, I have a question. How much money do you think you need to raise a child?
Oh, depends where you live.
Okay, so what? Like, how much? What would go into raising a child?
But if you want to raise a good child, I would say you need to be able to provide basic necessities.
What you want to raise? A bad child? A fucked up kid? What are you saying, women?
Good education.
Okay, how much does it cost?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, and this is What? Yeah, okay, I'll read supers in a second. But this is where like it's going back to, it's like we argue so much that the women are working because they have to, when most people haven't really done research. Most people don't have kids. They've never done any research on what it takes to raise a kid. And from my experience, from like the stay-at-home moms that I know, this is just what they tell me, is that it doesn't take near as much money as people think. You just can't go on any trips. You have to pass down clothes. You have to make food from scratch. You have to live very frugally, and most people don't want to do that for the sake of the kids.
Well,
now, I did a show where I like broke down a budget because I was really curious about this because I kept hearing, and the truth of the matter is poor people have more kids. So I do think they're kind of, it's really just propaganda to make you not want to have children. And I would also say I think women don't want to go down in lifestyle for children. I think we have a selfish generation of women that wants makeup, they want Botox, they want fake hair, fake nails, fake eyelashes, and all of that stuff. Trips,
like 5 times a year.
Yeah, trips 5 times a year. And I don't think most women nowadays were raised to live in a small apartment or a small house, not really go anywhere, just stay at home with the kids. I don't think most women want to put in the work to homeschool children, which is an option. And that does eliminate a lot of the costs that you're talking about. And I've talked to women that actually have done this. And I think it's a lot more possible. The numbers that I've gotten from women that do this, and I'm not claiming to be an expert on budgeting for kids, but this is just from talking to the people that do it. She said around 45, 55,000. What you can do is you can get an apartment outside of the city or a small like townhouse or something, and then your husband commutes and he's gone a lot and it sucks, but you're home, you're raising the kids.
Yeah, I think most women don't just want to raise a bunch of children. I think
Okay, but there. No. I need. Sorry, you're here. My show. So you said just want to raise a bunch of children.
Yeah.
Just, and like I just want to point that out because it shows the mentality of modern women when it comes to children. They don't want to just raise children.
They want to raise good children. They want to raise children who are going to have a good quality of life, and they want to raise children that don't have to worry about living frugally.
So children that ride around in their mum's Range Rover and piss off to Bali twice a year, they're better children than the kids like me who grew up on Butlins and, you know, mum and dad were, you know, screaming at each other some weekends, but other weekends they were getting along. And, you know, we had a roast on Sunday. We couldn't afford to go out to bloody the Shard every other weekend. Like,
did you have your mum and dad at home?
I had my mum and dad at home. My mum was at home full time because she didn't have to go to work because she didn't get her hair and nails done every other week. And my dad only see, this is the generation we live in. My dad is on 40k a year. He's a tram driver in South London.
What do you mean? That's good. And on top of that, I could tell that you had both of your parents. I just when you said it, I was just like, yeah, but you can always, I mean, you can tell the people.
And my dad on 40k a year, which is, let's not ignore the fact in this country, like, that is on the upper scale. Like, most people don't have that, right?
No, that's good.
And I'm not ignorant to the fact that I have lived a very blessed and sheltered life. However, if we're going to talk about, you know, quality of life, yeah, I would agree. Most women have this idea that they want to be able to have all these things and then they go to work. But like, the truth is, from my personal experience, my dad has always been in, you know, normal, we're a working class family. He earns 40k a year. He looks after me and my mum. Like, I'm not a bad kid just because I don't have parents who both work high-end jobs in the city and we have a household income of 200k a year. And, you know, a lot of people make the argument, oh, well, if you have more money, you can create better memories for your child. But kids don't care if we are sat on a ride in Butlins or if we're at the top of a skyscraper in Dubai.
Facts.
We don't know the difference.
Facts.
So the argument that, you know, to raise better children, it comes down to quality of life through money. I just think, I call bullshit.
Christine.
But how do you even equate the fact that, because for you to have that quality of life, obviously both parents have to work, both parents have to be out of the house most of the time. So, but you look at that as better quality of life when the kids have less time with either of the parents than when they have more time with their mom at home, but they might have less money.
Yeah, a lot of the friends that I have where both of their parents are working had, you know, things like childminders and that, and they don't spend as much time with their parents. And you know what? Like, I'm so close with my parents, and we literally, you know, tell each other everything. And like, that, we can only do that because we have.
All right, y'all. We're going to pause it right here, man, because they can keep going on about this shit forever. Yeah, man. She needs some counseling. She just Every time she get caught up with the stats and the facts, she got another way to go around it and say what's the problem. But hey, they all have it. It's your boy Moolah this week at that Fat Podcast, and I'll be back with another one. Bye.